Fun? We're not here to have fun. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Zareth Prevails. Folks, there's this issue that I've been noticing lately. It's not like this big culture war thing or something weird, but I keep seeing this in all these different places, like on Reddit, on the forums, in Discord, all these different places. People are telling their friends to stop investing in the meta, trying to just have fun with the game is what they're saying. Like, don't try to be competitive, just do the things that you enjoy. And I think there's a certain wisdom to that on some level, because at the end of the game, at the end of the day, end of the game, hopefully not end of the game, but at the end of the day, we're playing a game. Like this is a phone game, and it can be very important to us. I mean, it actually dominates a pretty large percentage of my life just because I make content, I play the game, I have two alts, etc. But I do think that at the end of the day, we need some kind of reward from it. Like, it can't just be this chore, or I mean, it can. I think that a lot of people are kind of just pushing other people, or they're being pushed into doing this, like embracing the strategy that is highly problematic in my estimation. So before we even jump in at all, I just want to make sure everyone understands this isn't me getting judgy. It's not me saying you need to be like Zareth, prevail, son, go forth and prevail. I want you guys to be competitive if that's what you want. Obviously, I love GAC. I love all of the different competitive aspects of this game. That's why I even have a channel in the first place. I don't play this game just to kind of coast. Some people do. Some people that they get the relaxation that they want, and they can move forward, and that's wonderful. What my goal here is to help people understand that just playing for fun, like trying to gear up your Relic 5 Phoenix or something like that, trying to get to that point, is maybe a losing proposition depending on who you are. And I just want you to understand that the very nature of this game is being competitive on some level, not necessarily PvP, but on some level. So let's actually, so guys, remember to leave a like and all that nonsense. Would appreciate that. But let's actually just get to some Be Real footage, and I'm just gonna ramble for a little bit. if you're okay with that. If you're not, then you're probably already gone. So the idea, folks, is that getting a Relic 5 Phoenix team, it might be nice. Like, you may love the show, and I get that. Like, you relate to, you're like, oh man, Chopper, hilarious. And I get that. I actually do. I don't get you liking Chopper. I think he's kind of a dick, but I do understand, like, wanting to relate to certain characters and certain aspects of the game, characters that aren't necessarily great. And, there's some people who, like, want to play, like, the anti-hero and use a bad character to show everyone that they can still win, using, like, Relic 9 Cup. I know that there's a guy making videos about that, and, the idea here is you want it to be a rewarding experience for you. You want to get a win at the basic level. Like, it doesn't matter if it's actually, like, beating someone at GAC. As long as you really enjoyed it and you found it fulfilling, then that's wonderful. That's the goal here, folks. And so let's actually, like, let's move away from Galaxy of Heroes for just 1 second. Let's talk about lobsters, which is a super weird thing. I realize that people are going to wonder, why are we talking about lobsters in Galaxy of Heroes in a Star Wars setting? It's madness, right? And I can understand that, but I think that this is closely related to a lot of the psychology, so to speak, of what's going on in this game. So I've been reading this book, and it's got a lot of really interesting ideas in it. But one of the chapters in it talks about lobsters and the way that they are, like, their social hierarchy, basically. Like, they're territorial is what they are, and inevitably lobsters are going to encounter one another and have some kind of a conflict, and the winner is going to take everything. They're going to get the prize. They get the best location, the prime real estate, so to speak. They're going to get a host of female lobsters to come visit them, get all that lobster ass, all that they want. And The loser, meanwhile, doesn't get the prime real estate, doesn't get as many chicks. Instead, he gets to go away and disintegrate his brain and rebuild it into a brain that is more fitting for its lower station in life. And that brain is going to be, it's like a loser's brain. It's a brain that is going to make it so that they're less likely to win. They produce less serotonin. They have less ability to like function. It's super fascinating, and then they're more likely to lose moving forward. And humans are very similar to that. Like we have a very similar physiology in terms of that sort of thing. Like, so we don't disintegrate our brain when we lose or anything. Like we're not quite on the lobster level, but we do have issues when we lose, when we compete in things that are not going to be like, that don't have a positive outcome, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like you get into territory battles and you just you get a terrible score, and everyone's like, dude, why did you only get like 7 waves? That sucked. You suck, and we're embarrassed by you. Like, that's going to cause your brain to produce less serotonin. You're going to, in a way, restructure your brain to be less happy, to be more of a loser, so to speak. I mean, I'm not calling anyone here a loser. I don't think anyone here watching this channel especially should be framed as a loser. The idea is, it's like a downward spiral. If you're playing the game in a non-competitive way, if you're having poor results, you're going to continue to have poor results, and that's going to just feed off of itself, and you're going to eventually have such a negative play experience that you quit because you don't feel like you can get anything done. You don't have good mods, you don't do well in GAC, you don't have personal hygiene. Sorry, that's Saturday Night Live reference, just to be clear. But anyways, the idea here, folks, is we want to play the game to be competitive, and if you want to have a positive play experience, a lot of times that's in being competitive, in actually getting your wins, in accomplishing the things that you set out to do. So whether that's free to play or that's pay to win, or whatever middle ground you want to do, you want to be a whale, you want to be a kraken, you want to show everyone that you can win via free to play. Like, lots of really valid ways to do this, guys. And I just think that we are doing ourselves and our community a disservice by telling people to stop, like, just farm whatever you want, just enjoy the game, because I don't think on a fundamental level you're going to enjoy a game that you can't compete in and you can't get to the final tier of all these different events. Like, you're just not going to. You're going to feel like, oh my gosh, these pay to win guys have everything, and I'm free to play. Like, I can't keep up. I can't get all these things. I know a ton of free to play guys who are very competitive in this game and do a lot. Like, they can't maybe keep up roster wise with the guys who are pay to win, who are Krakens or whatever. And that they have to define what their victories are, of course. But I know a lot of guys who are consistently win all of their GAC matches, who play at a very high level and can get into some of these top guilds because they can compete in territory wars, they can do all the territory battle waves, everything. And it's not a matter of spending money, it's a matter of perspective and effort and expertise, of course. So, I mean, you're already watching this channel. You care already enough about this sort of thing that you're trying to be proactive, right? Like, you want to win, and I think that's laudable. I just think that telling people to gear their Tuscans for fun, some people are going to think that is super fun and awesome, but I think the majority of people aren't. And I just wanted to say, like, guys, be good to each other, let each other play the way they want, but also don't encourage losing behaviors that are going to just result in not being able to play the game in a meaningful way, and therefore kind of spiral out of control and eventually quit. Let me know what you guys think about all of this. I would love to hear what you have to say. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a game, and I want people to enjoy it. I want people to get what they want out of it. And I just think that sometimes people don't understand what they want in this game. They don't understand that getting, like, actually doing some of this content, actually getting all the zetas that you want or getting all the different things is reachable if you just work on the squads that you quote unquote should. Now, if you don't want to do that and you still enjoy the game, great. I just ask you to evaluate yourself, evaluate what you're telling people, and see if is that actually helpful advice? Is that actually something that people would benefit from? Because in my opinion, telling people to farm lowbot and do something, have an atrocious roster just for fun, I think that in the end that may work for you, it's not going to work for most. So let me know once again, guys. Maybe I'm just totally off base here. Would love to hear what your thoughts are. So I'm going to let you go. Thank you all so much for watching, and remember that in all things Xerath prevails, and I truly hope that you do too, on whatever level you prefer.